Hello, hello. This is Coach Kim, and as a professional network marketer, I thought it would be a great idea for me to share with you some ideas that have helped me to grow and to build a team that is excited about their future. So I'm going to give you 8 points specifically that you probably would want to apply if you're looking to get more out of life. I'm a lifestyle and wellness coach, so I'm always looking to help people move higher and to grow more efficiently on a plane of exploration, right? Because I want you to enjoy the journey, but also of efficiency and productivity. So without further ado, let's get started. This is going to actually test your ability to be creative, because when I made these cards, I realized that I can read them directly, perfectly, but they're kind of, transposed as I put them on screen, but they're simple, and I'm sure that you can catch on. I've got 8 cards, I want to tell you, because I know that 8 is the number of new beginnings. So we're going to go to 8 points of consideration and insight so that you can get the best out of the next chapter of your life. So I want to start with this. The first thing is you have to have a desire to change, right? So you can be in your current position, you can be in your current location, mentally, physically, on your job, what have you. And then something just comes along and almost like a light's on your shoulder and whispers in your ear, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. I'm just feeling like I'm not reaching my potential. I'm feeling like I'm not even invited to reach my potential. And if I don't keep moving forward, I'm going to keep sliding backwards. So that whole first choice of desiring to change is the first seed, the first nugget that starts the conversation with you. That's super important, because the funny thing about that desire is it can't come from out to in. It has to be something that's inside, that's, the waters are bubbling up, the stirring is going on, and you finally listen to it and say, you know what, I've got to shift. And no one's going to do it for me. I've got to do it for myself. So the first point is desire to change. The second point is the revelation. The revelation, this is my drawing of a tree. So as you can see, I'm not an artist, but I do want to get the point across. One of my mentors, one of my favorite mentors, Jim Rohn, says, you know what? If you don't like where you are, then change. Move. He says move. You are not a tree. If you don't like your current situation, your current location, your current calling, your current, positioning, then get up and move. No one is going to come and evict you, right? No one's going to come and move you out. You've got to pack your stuff up and move on your own. That is the beginning of maturity. And guess what? I know it takes courage. It is a courageous thing to say, enough is enough. I can no longer do it at this level. I'm going to step out, and sometimes we're stepping out on faith. I'm going to move into this new zone that is waiting for me, okay? Point number 3, seeking outer solution. Guess what? You cannot solve your problem by doing more of what you're already doing. It can't be something inner. Something got you to where you are, and all of those somethings are like a pile of laundry, right? They're just sitting there until something can pull you up. That external force, that external observation that you say, you know what? There's something that I need that's outside of the current skill set that I have. It's outside of the current relationships that I have, the current resources that I have. I've got to look externally to move to the next level. So be open to that. So now we're starting to move, right? We got the idea that we want more, we want to move more, we want to go to a different plane. Now becomes the fun part. This is like, having the world as an oyster, right? So with a pearl in the middle, you get to choose. This should be like tasting of a fine wine. This is like, taking the cork off and smelling it and whisking some around in your mouth. I don't drink wine, so I'm just going by what I see. But I know it's the taste. It's the what sets my soul on fire. Who am I hanging around with as I'm as I'm interviewing, right? I'm interviewing different organizations, different businesses, different companies, different teams to say, who do I want to hang out with? Who makes my heart sing? Who do I feel good about? Who do I feel better with? Like, yeah, they're in my presence. I'm more excited because I've been with them. They're edifying. They're helping me to, feel good about my future. I want to be with those people, right? So sample different people, interview. But let me tell you something. Don't let this be an extremely long process. You know, or you should know within maybe a day or two, or maybe even the first conversation, whether that person that you're interviewing is a good fit, right? So, go through maybe 4, 5, 10 companies at the most, but find someone that measures up to you, right? That measures up to your standards or your outlook, or maybe you would say they would even pull me some, they would even cause me to grow, and that's a good thing, right? Find that person. The word we're looking at is resonates, right? Find that person or that company that you believe resonates with your spirit. When you think about the possibilities, you get excited. You can't, when you're sleeping at night and you wake up, you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should, let me go to their website again. Let me go to the person who shared this with me. Let me go to their website again and see the offering, because I think there might be something there. So that fine wine. The next thing I want you to look at, even as you're looking at the fine wine, is leadership. Right? Leadership. Look at the leadership of the company. Who's the CEO? How accessible is he or she? What ideas do they have? What is their vision? Where are they going? How do they prioritize things, right? How do they treat their company, their staff? How accessible is their support, their customer support? Do you have to, for example, type an email into support at etc.? Is that the only way you can get in contact with people? How do they solve problems? I always say that people have problems, businesses have problems. That's life, right? The issue is how they settle their problems. If I have a problem as a customer, as a business partner, and I can't find anybody, to help me solve it, it's all of a sudden hide and go seek. There's no one. I look high and low and I'm waiting a week to get an answer. To me, that's unacceptable. So you have to see what your level of unacceptability is in the leadership realm, right? In the customer service, in the CEO leadership, in your team leadership, that person who wants to sponsor you into the business or introduce you into the business, you've got to see how serious they are, because this is your hopes and your dreams, and you're taking them like they used to have back in the day. You would have a hobo with a stick on his arm. It's probably not politically correct now, but a hobo with a stick on his arm, and he'd have a bundle, and it's tied in a knot, right? And everything he owned was in that, right? This is what you're giving to your sponsor, right? You're saying, hey, I'm trusting you with my dreams. I'm trusting you with my hopes and my future. I'm trusting you to help me move to the next level. And I don't want you to let me down, right? So there is, of course, a relationship. You've got to do your part, but you've got to feel confidence in your sponsor to believe that they also want the best for you. That this isn't just a, one night stand. They just want to get you in and make some type of bonus, fast start off of bringing you into the team. No. You want someone who's going to build a relationship with you and who's going to be excited about helping your family and helping you unfold your dreams and move to the next level, and helping you help other people do the same, because that is what network marketing is. That is what, this multi-level relationship is. We are building teams. We are building relationships. We'll be, going to each other's weddings and funerals and things of that nature, because we're building bonds. Get somebody who you feel you can trust. That's very, very important. The next one is products and service, right? Make sure that you can stand behind the offerings that you're offering. Put things in people's hands and in front of people that you would be proud for your family members to use. Things that you can stand behind, things that are effective, things that you can have a guarantee, or maybe you've seen different outcomes, but consistent outcomes with different people. You want something that you can say, I'm putting my name on this, because this is what you'll learn as a business owner. There is a branding and there is a standing of the company, right? when they put their stamp, their insignia, their copyright on something, that represents them. That is their stand. That is who they are. But likewise, as a business owner, you are now putting your reputation on the line. You are now telling people, I'm stand behind this and I'm believing it's working. It's working for me, right? You want to be a product of the product. It's working for me. I'm seeing it work, and I'm seeing it work for thousands of people. Stand behind the product or service and make sure it delivers. The next one, number 7, CPA. CPA stands for compensation plan and acceleration. We want to make sure that the compensation plan is something that's worthy, something that is going to deliver, something that gives you the goods, right? If you're putting your reputation out, you're putting your energy out, your effort out, you're putting all of those out into the field, into the market consistently, then guess what? I believe you want to get paid. Make sure the compensation plan is something that honors you, that honors your dreams, that honors your toil, and that honors the direction you're moving in, right? That's very, very important. So you may not know every single iota of the plan, but make sure that it supports your vision. Acceleration, make sure you can get promoted, right? Because when you come in, you're like a baby. You're a baby in the crib and you're learning things about the products. You don't know a lot about, a lot about anything. You're at the beginning of the learning curve. But as you climb the learning curve and you do more work and you connect with more people and you bring more income into the company, right? Because you're sharing it with a greater amount of people. Make sure that the company says, hey, way to go. We're going to compensate you for that. We're going to, increase your status. We're going to increase your responsibility. We're going to give you more money. That goes hand in hand. That's life, right? As you grow up and you grow within the business, you should be compensated effectively and wisely. The last one, number 8, growth. Growth. You got to grow. I tell people on my team, if you want to accelerate, you got to show up, you got to grow up, and that will help you blow up. So the growth is on you, right? Change comes to everybody. Things that you may or may not want, they come into your space all the time, every single day. What you do with them, that determines your level of maturity. That determines your level of saying, you know what, I want more, I'm ready to handle it. Put me in, coach, put me in. That's really what you're saying. But you want to make sure that you're getting consistent information and quality tips and quality insight from your company, from your leaders, from your team, from your CEO, and as it trickles down. You want to make sure you're getting enough, right, nurturing to move you up through the chain, through the food chain, and giving you more activity, more insight, and more information. Hello. So this is very key. Growth is important because here's the deal. When you're looking at how far you're going in life, if you're, quote unquote, stuck in a job or stuck in a position where you're no longer honored, that's where the frustration comes. It's literally like a tree. And I've seen them in my neighborhood. The city will come around and post these signs on the tree that says, hey, this tree is dead. It's a hazard to the community. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down. So on such and such a day, don't park near this tree because, it's coming down. And I look up at the tree and I see dead branches. I see discoloration. I see death. And it's not going. It has hit its peak. Right? And I want to help you understand you are not a tree, right? You do not have to hit a peak. I'm hoping that this video revolutionizes your spirit. It gives you something to say, kind of like, who is it, Prince Charming and Snow White, or I might be mixing my fairy tales, but I know when that girl was laying on the slab and he kissed her, he woke her up. And I want to wake you up into the possibilities of what you can do, become, where you can go. But the important part is it all starts with you, right? It starts with you and it stops with you. Because as you get it and you embrace it and you own it, you take authority over it, then you get to share it with someone else, right? Share it with the next person and the next person. And we literally go on a rescue mission to help other people breathe That's all we want to do. We want to breathe. I mean, a lot of us are walking around with, muzzles on and, breathing at the chest level, right? When you find the right company and the right team that helps connect you to your vision, you start breathing all the way down to the diaphragm, and you get a new lease on life, and you have oxygen filling your soul, your very soul. I'm telling you, if you are ready, and I hope it's sooner rather than later, because none of this is promised. Right after I do this video, no time is promised. I want you to squeeze everything out of this wet sponge. I'm just squeeze everything out. Take your life back. This is your time. This is your season. And if you have not found a company, I'm telling you, you need to come. I'm not even going to ask you, because that would be politically correct and that would be super polite, but I'm telling you with a sense of urgency, you don't have time to, try a lot, waste time. And here's another way people waste time. They join a company and then they don't put their best foot forward, right? And they kind of peter out after about 3 months, right? So in a year, you could go through 4 companies and you're jumping as high as a flea. That's it, just as high as a flea. I'm telling you, if you join I'm going to put a link below. If you join my company, right, my team of visionaries, of edifiers, of teachers, right, of modelers, we role model, of mentors, join this team and get the lead out. Because there is so much that we have to do, and there is not a lot of time to do it. There are a lot of people who are living way down here, and we're going deep sea diving, and we're pulling them up, and we're pulling them up one by one, or we're pulling them up family by family, or community by community, right? We need some help to get them up, breathing again. We put them on the side, we do the CPR, right? We get them breathing again, and they're healthy. They can become healthy and strong, and they go out and pull someone else up. So come on with us. Help us do what's necessary so that we can create brighter families, better communities, and a stronger world. We've got a world, and literally a global mission, and we need some warriors who are coachable, right? Because we'll teach you what to do. Everybody comes, I didn't know what to do. I've been on board with this team for over just about 2 years now, going on 3 years. And man, I know so much more than I did when I first joined. But it's not just book knowledge or, looking at trainings and things of that nature. It's just a knowledge in my heart of who we have impacted, who we've touched, and whose lives we're giving just a boost to, sharing and caring and loving on people. So if you want that type of environment, look me up. Click the link below, and you'll learn about how you can plug in, right? And get connected on these 8 different pieces, right? These pieces, once you make the decision, all that's on you. But once you come into the other side and say, hey, I'm looking for leadership, I'm looking for mentorship, I'm looking for a system, I'm looking for productivity, I'm looking for products and services that I can depend on. Once you get into that realm of this equation, it's all over with the shouting. So thanks a lot for spending time with me. This is Coach Kim. I'll see you on the next video, and we'll go over 8 more points of something super valuable to bless your very soul. Have a great day, and I will see you very soon.